Meghan Markle is choosing to launch her new rose wine on what would have been Princess Diana's birthday.
The launch day of Meghan Markle's new rose wine has fans of Princess Diana rolling their eyes yet again.
Meghan Markle has finally launched her highly anticipated rosé wine, and she's keeping the momentum going.
Meghan recently announced her first major product under her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, a Napa Valley rose wine, through a stylized Instagram post on her As Ever account. The launch photo featured a sun-soaked bottle flanked by 2 wine glasses and a handful of apricots beside a serene poolside setting.
Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand, As Ever, will be introducing its first wine on Tuesday, the Napa Valley Rosé.
Described as having soft notes of stone fruit, a gentle minerality, and a lasting finish, the wine marks Meghan's first venture into the beverage market. But it wasn't the wine's origin or its flavor profile that immediately caught the attention of royal fans. It was the date of the release, July 1st, 2025.
The launch day of Meghan Markle's new rose wine has fans of Princess Diana rolling their eyes yet again.
The same day the late Princess Diana would have turned 64. The choice has sparked a wave of criticism, with many accusing Meghan of exploiting the memory of her late mother-in-law to promote her brand. She's literally dining out on Diana's memory, one social media user wrote. Another called the launch tacky, while some said it was predictable and tone-deaf. Others questioned the integrity of linking a consumer product to such a meaningful day. One royal follower went as far as claiming Meghan was using Diana to flog cheap wine. Even royal commentator Victoria Arbiter seemed stunned, replying simply, "July 1st, Diana's birthday," in response to the launch announcement. While Meghan made no mention of Diana in her new wine's promotion, many pointed out the release date seemed far too deliberate to be coincidental. Princess Diana's birthday has long been marked by heartfelt tributes from friends and family. In past years, Sarah Ferguson referred to Diana as a kindred spirit, while Diana's brother and sisters, alongside Princes William and Harry, commemorated her 60th birthday in 2021 with a statue unveiling at Kensington Palace's Sunken Garden, a rare moment of unity between the estranged brothers. Critics believe the launch date undermines the dignity of that legacy. Although Diana was known to keep a well-stocked wine cellar at Kensington Palace, she drank very little, and by the late 1990s, was virtually teetotal. The irony of launching a rose on her birthday has not been lost on fans. Meghan has previously expressed admiration for Diana, once describing her as someone I wish I'd had the chance to know. But this isn't the first time she has been accused of using Diana's legacy to promote her personal brand. In May 2025, Meghan's team reposted a fan's image of As Ever cookies presented in a Princess Diana-themed tea tin. And earlier in 2025, Meghan posted a video of herself in a Northwestern University sweatshirt, the same style Diana wore publicly in the final year of her life. The post quickly went viral, appearing in publications around the world. Royal insiders have often commented on Meghan's clear admiration for the late princess. Friends from her youth recall her fascination with Diana's life. Her former best friend, Nanaki Pretty, has spoken about Meghan's childhood dream of being Princess Diana 2.0, recalling how Meghan once posed outside Buckingham Palace during a childhood trip. According to Pretty, Meghan owned a copy of Diana, her true story, Andrew Morton's explosive biography, and closely followed Diana's humanitarian work. Susie Ardacani's mother, a family friend, also recalled how she and Meghan would rewatch the footage of Diana's royal wedding. Author Andrew Morton later confirmed that Meghan had watched Diana's funeral with friends in September 1997, openly weeping. According to those close to her, Diana was more than a royal figure to Meghan. She was a role model for what a modern princess could be. Over the years, Meghan has echoed some of Diana's most iconic fashion choices and often leaned into her humanitarian image. One former staffer said that Meghan once remarked, "What Diana started, I want to finish," suggesting her aspirations extended beyond the palace gates. Tina Brown, in her 2022 book, The Palace Papers, added that Meghan and Harry were drunk on a shared fantasy of being instruments of global transformation, and that Meghan saw this as her big break. But while Meghan's admiration for Diana might be genuine, critics say there's a fine line between tribute and opportunism. Some royal watchers are wondering whether she'll post a tribute to Diana on the same day as the wine release to maximize engagement. That kind of timing, many argue, risks making Diana's memory a marketing tool. It's not the first time Harry and Meghan have drawn criticism for their disregard of royal protocol, including launching projects during key royal events, a major faux pas in the tightly choreographed world of the monarchy. But this instance has especially struck a nerve.
There's no question that the British royal family is wealthy.
But they're still saying Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They're still saying Prince Harry. You're not a prince, right?
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle still maintain their Sussex Royal website, despite a previous promise made when they stepped back from the royal family.
I want you to hear the truth from me, as much as I can share, not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry.
Even though the Duke and Duchess of Sussex left the firm back in 2020 and pledged to cease using the Sussex Royal title globally after spring 2020, their royal website and Sussex Royal Instagram account with over 9 million followers still remain active.
Woke culture, or what I'm talking about as nice acting narcissism.
And their website, sussexroyal.com, features a page titled Serving the Monarchy, which hasn't been updated to acknowledge the passing of Queen Elizabeth. But it doesn't look like Harry and Meghan even cared to update these websites anyways. They kind of just have them lingering around. But still, the royal family is kind of wondering, okay, you're not doing any royal duties, at least don't try to like attach yourself to us in that way.
You add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed.
As well as somebody from the Sussex's team could at least update the website to reflect some updated accurate information, especially about the passing of the Queen. So that's a point that's causing a lot of discussion online. The website also does feature a statement from Meghan and Harry, but it's dated back to January of 2020, and it outlines their intention to step back as senior members of the royal family.
As time passed, the protective blanket that America threw over Meghan began to slip away.
And in the statement, they expressed a desire to achieve financial independence while still supporting the monarchy. Notably, there is no reference to King Charles's coronation on the website, although the Sussex's Instagram page is still active too. Their last post dates back 3 years ago.
King of kings and Lord of lords, bless, we beseech thee, this crown. God save the king!
And in that Instagram post, the couple expressed gratitude for the support, inspiration, as well as the collective commitment to positive actions in the world. And the ownership of the website sussexroyal.com actually remains anonymous on GoDaddy. But the website's launch reportedly surprised the late Queen, as it was outlining the couple's future royal roles without her prior approval. So they kind of just went on their own anyways and just did it. According to the royal author Omid Scobie in his book Finding Freedom, Meghan and Harry's statement outlining their half-in, half-out model was made before receiving any sort of approval from the Queen. There was also one senior member of the royal family, as mentioned by Omid Scobie in his book, that they noted that the surprise as well as lack of consultation with the Queen really upset the family. It was very unsettling for everybody.
They say, oh, this is Meghan and Harry feeding Omid.
Pick up the book and read it and you'll be really surprised.
And the private nature of the royal family clashed with public announcement. It caused a lot of distress to Queen Elizabeth, who is the head of the institution, or was the head of the institution, I should say. Edward Young, who is the Queen's private secretary, reportedly expressed anger at being kept uninformed about Meghan and Harry's statement. And Omid Scobie in his book suggests that the couple felt compelled to release their statement after details about their desire to live in Canada were leaked to the press. So guys, that is the scoop. And I know for most people, when they leave an institution or an organization, the first thing that they do is disassociate themselves completely. Like they change their Facebook bios, their profiles, they remove any sort of attachment to that institution regardless. But for Harry and Meghan to just leave their stuff up and not take it down, not set it private at least, you know, people are looking at it like, what are they hoping to get here? Maybe they're looking to, you know, still have their ranking. Like if you search Duchess of Sussex or Duke or Harry Meghan, it pops them up on the internet as being associated with the royal family. I really don't know. But the fact that it's still left up I think that they just don't really care to keep those pages updated, and maybe they plan to reuse them. I think that's the bigger thing, that maybe they plan to reuse them someday, because there are reports saying that they want to be part-time royals, like fulfill the royal duties on a part-time basis throughout each year. And this would get them in the good graces of the royal family and maybe take off some of the public pressure that they've been facing. So I would say that's probably the main reason why they kept it up.
Meghan Markle's ex-friend slams her for leaving the royal family.
Meghan Markle's former friend has slammed her and Prince Harry's decision to skipping out on royal life.
They really blew it. They're complete failures. The only thing they're good at is spending money.
Lizzie Cundy, a prominent TV presenter and a former acquaintance of Meghan Markle, has publicly vocalized sharp criticisms regarding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's decision to step back from royal life.
Meghan Markle's former friend has slammed her and Prince Harry's decision to turn their backs on the royal family.
In her statements, Lizzie Cundy characterized the couple as complete failures and asserted that they had it all prior to their relocation to the United States.
They really blew it. They're complete failures.
Her commentary reflects a perspective that views their departure from their established roles within the British royal family as a significant misstep, given the perceived advantages they held. Lizzie Cundy had a lot to say, and it extended to accusations of ingratitude and a propensity for complaint directed at Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle's former friend has spoken out against the persistent negative narrative surrounding the Duchess of Sussex.
She claimed the couple exhibited a lack of appreciation for their former positions and opportunities. Furthermore, Lizzie Cundy specifically noted their absence from significant royal events, singling out the Trooping the Color ceremony as an example of occasions they missed. However, it is relevant to note that Lizzie Cundy later acknowledged that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had not received an invitation to the Trooping the Color event, indicating that their absence was not due to a conscious choice to forego the ceremony, but rather a lack of formal inclusion. Despite this clarification, her initial comments underscored a broader sentiment of dissatisfaction with the couple's choices and perceived disengagement from royal duties. Lizzie Cundy remarked that the only apparent talent possessed by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry was spending money. This statement suggested a critical view of their post-royal endeavors and implied a perceived lack of substantive contributions beyond financial transactions. She further posited that they had squandered the considerable opportunities available to them as members of the royal family. This particular criticism suggested that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had failed to capitalize on the unique platform and influence afforded by their former positions, instead opting for a path that, in Lizzie Cundy's estimation, did not fully leverage their potential within the royal framework. Lizzie Cundy shared details regarding her personal connection with Meghan Markle, specifically addressing the cessation of their friendship. Lizzie Cundy recounted that she was ghosted by Meghan Markle after Meghan Markle began her relationship with Prince Harry in 2016. This account implies that contact between the two individuals was abruptly cut off without explanation. Lizzie Cundy's statement suggested a broader pattern, implying that Meghan Markle disconnected from several former friends following the commencement of her royal relationship. This narrative introduces a personal dimension to Lizzie Cundy's critique, suggesting a perceived change in Meghan Markle's relational approach after entering a high-profile romantic partnership with Prince Harry. Prior to Meghan Markle's royal romance, Lizzie Cundy described her own role as a matchmaking service for Meghan Markle.
She wanted to find an English boyfriend, so I said, look, I'll help you.
This characterization suggests a degree of involvement in Meghan Markle's social life before her engagement to Prince Harry. Lizzie Cundy also observed that other individuals have similarly distanced themselves from Meghan Markle since that period. This observation aligns with the narrative of a broader pattern of relationship changes experienced by Meghan Markle as her life transitioned into the sphere of the British royal family. These personal anecdotes from Lizzie Cundy contribute to a public perception of strained or altered relationships surrounding Meghan Markle's entry into royal life. Meghan Markle's old acquaintances individuals collectively claim that Meghan Markle has exhibited a consistent pattern of severing relationships after her integration into royal life. This suggests a recurring theme of disengagement from pre-royal associations, supporting the idea of a deliberate or coincidental shift in personal connections as Meghan Markle adapted to her new high-profile status within the monarchy. Such accounts contribute to a public discourse concerning Meghan Markle's personal relationships and her navigation of social ties amidst significant life changes. Lizzie Cundy's statements represent a pointed criticism of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's decision to depart from their royal roles. Her remarks, which included labeling them complete failures and accusing them of ingratitude, underscored a belief that they did not adequately appreciate or utilize the opportunities inherent in royal life. Lizzie Cundy's personal account of being ghosted after Meghan Markle's relationship with Prince Harry began, combined with her observations about other friends distancing themselves, introduced a narrative of altered personal relationships. This perspective is further supported by broader claims from former acquaintances who suggest a pattern of relationship disengagement by Meghan Markle following her entry into the royal family.
In 2021, Harry and Meghan sat down with Oprah Winfrey for what would become one of the most talked about interviews in modern royal history.
This is not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point, but I've got to do something for my own mental health, for my wife's.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle revealed explosive details to Oprah Winfrey.
At the time, the couple had recently stepped down from their roles as working members of the royal family, marking a significant break from centuries of tradition. Their conversation with Oprah aired in March of that year and immediately captured global attention for its candid tone and serious accusations against the institution known as the firm.
Ashamed to say it at the time. I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
The way that I saw it was there is a way of doing things.
A major focus of the interview centered on Meghan's claim that the royal family had failed to protect her from relentless media scrutiny. She asserted that not only was she left vulnerable, but that members of the institution were willing to lie to protect others while refusing to correct false narratives about her.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol.
One particular story that Meghan sought to correct was the rumor that she had made Catherine cry in the lead up to her wedding to Harry. The reverse happened, she said firmly, adding, "Everybody in the institution knew it wasn't true." Throughout the interview, Meghan consistently emphasized the importance of truth. The idea of transparency, of correcting the public record, and of protecting one's family from unjust attacks appeared to be a driving force behind her decision to speak out. They were willing to lie to protect other members of the family, Meghan told Oprah, but they weren't willing to tell the truth to protect me and my husband. Now, more than 4 years later, the legacy of that interview continues to shape how Meghan and Harry speak publicly about their time within the royal family. In a preview of her June 17, 2025 appearance on the Aspire podcast, hosted by Emma Grede, Meghan once again returned to familiar ground. When asked if she would do anything differently regarding how her image developed while she was a senior royal, Meghan offered a pointed response. "I would ask people to tell the truth." The comment, short yet sharp, recalled the core message she shared in 2021. For Meghan, truth remains not just a theme, but a principle, one that she continues to stand by even years after her exit from royal life. The Aspire interview goes beyond the topic of royal relations and explores Meghan's own evolving public identity. In the clip, Emma and Meghan shared a lighthearted moment when the host asked about Meghan's personality and her ability to express herself freely. Meghan responded with a smile, saying, "You have to be authentic," and then joked, "Did you see my baby mama dance?" Emma laughed and offered a warm affirmation. "But that's you, right? That's you in a way that we kind of haven't been able to see you before." She expressed admiration for Meghan's more open and joyful self, saying that the world benefits when Meghan chooses to be happy and honest in the public eye. These recent comments closely mirror what both Meghan and Harry said during their interview with Oprah. At one point, Oprah asked Meghan what she was most looking forward to after stepping back from royal duties. Meghan didn't hesitate. "I think just being able to live authentically." Harry shared a similar sentiment later in the conversation, pointing out that for many in his family, life came with rigid expectations and public performance. "There's a level of control in it," he said. "Whereas with us, it was like, just be yourself. Just be genuine. Just be authentic." The theme of authenticity, of being free to live and speak truthfully, has clearly remained important to both Harry and Meghan. Though critics of the Oprah interview have suggested the couple should have kept their grievances private, Harry and Meghan seem to believe that stepping away from royal duties gave them the opportunity to reclaim their voices. Since that conversation in March of 2021, the couple has continued to make selective public appearances and media contributions. They have launched various philanthropic and creative projects under their Archewell brand, and Meghan has returned to public life with a renewed focus on empowerment, motherhood, and storytelling. Her upcoming appearance on Aspire appears to be a continuation of that mission, offering a mix of personal reflection and candid insight. As of June of 2025, the divide between Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the royal family still looms large in the public imagination. Whether future conversations might help to heal that rift remains uncertain. But if Meghan's most recent words are any indication, one thing is clear: she has not wavered in her call for honesty. More than 4 years after their departure from royal duties, Meghan is still urging the same thing she did back then: tell the truth. Meghan Markle is once again making headlines for what seems like a carefully curated message about her daughter, Lilibet.
A Duchess of Sussex has shared a new video of herself gardening with her daughter.
Meghan Markle released a new video showing herself and 4-year-old Lilibet enjoying a serene gardening moment at their Montecito estate.
The Duchess of Sussex has shared new footage of herself and her daughter Lilibet in their Montecito garden.
But behind the soft lighting and sweet mother-daughter bonding lies what many see as a not-so-subtle attempt to remind the world that her daughter, born in California after Meghan and Harry's royal exit, still belongs to the royal narrative.
Meghan Markle shares new video of daughter Lilibet in rare behind-the-scenes brand moment.
In the Instagram clip, Meghan, dressed casually in a white shirt and black shorts, can be seen gently brushing Lilibet's hair as the two stand on a wooden bridge, collecting fruit under the California sun. It's a calm, wholesome scene, until you take a closer look at one telling detail: Lilibet's accessory of choice, a rainbow-colored 35 Jellycat bag. For those unfamiliar, Jellycat is a beloved British toy brand, long favored by the children of Prince William and Princess Kate. Princess Charlotte was famously photographed with a Jellycat bunny in an official portrait in 2015. Prince William even called the toys children's currency during a Buckingham Palace event in May, revealing how prized they are by Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. So when Lilibet, who has no official royal title in daily life and lives far from palace walls, is styled in an item so distinctly linked to her royal cousins, it raises eyebrows. Meghan's video appears less about a quiet day at home and more about visually re-anchoring her daughter to the monarchy they left behind. Despite stepping away from their royal duties in 2020, Meghan and Harry have made a habit of invoking royal associations, whether through naming their daughter Lilibet, a nod to the late Queen Elizabeth II, or launching projects that frequently reference their time within the royal family. And now, amid criticism that the couple is building a lifestyle brand independent of the crown, this video reintroduces the royal thread. The Jellycat brand was also recently in the spotlight thanks to a touching moment involving a young boy named Matteo Rabena, whose late sister Liz Hatton was a well-known cancer campaigner and photographer. At a royal garden party, Matteo presented William and Kate with Jellycat plushies, a lemon tart for Kate and a pickled onion for William, gifts that delighted not just the couple, but also their children. The sentimental value tied to Jellycat now goes beyond cute toys. It's embedded in recent royal lore, made even more poignant by the loss of Liz and Kate's own public cancer journey. So when Meghan features Lilibet with a Jellycat product just weeks later, it's difficult to ignore the timing. Some might view it as a coincidence or a harmless nod to British culture. Others, however, interpret it as yet another attempt by Meghan to insert her family into royal conversation, even as she simultaneously builds a brand around their American independence. Meghan's video doubled as a soft launch for upcoming As Ever products. A few clips from the post tease fruit spreads and dried flower sprinkles from her lifestyle company, which she recently restocked following a sellout debut in April 2025. Meghan promised delicious surprises in her June 16, 2025 newsletter and announced that new products would go live June 20th. She also acknowledged the emotional toll of building her business on a bonus podcast episode, noting the tears she's shed and comparing the brand's early product drops to a limited edition sneaker release. While Meghan emphasizes authenticity and care in her entrepreneurship, critics argue that blending family moments with brand promotion only furthers the perception of overly calculated content. What's framed as a sweet family video becomes another piece of the Sussex PR machine, carefully positioned to evoke nostalgia, royal connection, and commercial intrigue all at once. In the end, the image of Meghan and Lilibet in the garden might tug at the heartstrings, but the underlying message feels louder than the visuals. Lilibet is royal, whether or not the palace says so, whether or not the family remains active in the firm. Through subtle branding and symbolic gestures, Meghan continues to remind the public that her children, especially her daughter, carry the legacy of the monarchy, even if they're being raised far from it. Whether that strategy garners sympathy, criticism, or admiration, one thing is clear: Meghan knows how to tell a story. And every detail, down to a little girl's toy bag, plays its part.
The royal family unites to honor King Charles without Meghan and Harry.
Trooping the Color 2025 simply wouldn't be the same without some royal digs.
Specifically, they're coming for those ever-absent royals, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
The 2025 Trooping the Color Parade saw Prince William and Kate Middleton attend the annual celebration alongside their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The event, a significant fixture in the royal calendar, showcased the family's participation in a display of military precision and ceremonial tradition. The family arrived at Buckingham Palace together, marking their collective presence at the heart of the royal festivities. Kate Middleton and Princess Charlotte wore coordinated aquatoned outfits. These ensembles were noted for paying tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth II, incorporating specific jewelry pieces and a brooch sourced from the beloved monarch's personal collection. This sartorial choice underscored a continuity of royal tradition and a respectful homage to a significant figure in the monarchy's history. Prince George and Prince Louis were attired in matching navy suits, complemented by red ties, a selection that visually echoed Prince William's military uniform worn for the occasion. During the ceremonial carriage ride down the mall, Prince Louis, age 7, garnered particular attention. Reports and photographs from the event indicated that Prince Louis appeared less enthusiastic than his older siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Observations suggested a visible lack of pleasure from Prince Louis regarding his prominent position in the public spotlight during this segment of the parade. Later, on the iconic Buckingham Palace balcony, as the day's festivities neared their conclusion, Prince Louis was observed exhibiting signs of restlessness. As the national anthem commenced, Kate Middleton was seen engaging with her youngest son. A lip reader interpreted Kate Middleton's clear instruction to Prince Louis as, "National Anthem, Louis, stand." Following this direct reminder from his mother, Prince Louis promptly adjusted his posture, straightened up, and directed his attention towards the anthem, demonstrating immediate compliance with the instruction. Further instances of familial guidance were noted during the event. Prince George was also seen gently interacting with his younger brother, Prince Louis. Prince George reportedly placed an arm on Prince Louis, a gesture interpreted as a subtle encouragement for Prince Louis to maintain appropriate behavior throughout the significant public ceremony. These interactions between the siblings highlighted the supportive dynamics within the family unit during a high-profile event. Many social media users expressed sympathy for Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, acknowledging the unique pressures of growing up under constant public scrutiny and intense media attention. The overall event was presided over by King Charles III, who attended in a carriage alongside Queen Camilla. This mode of participation represented a change from King Charles III's previous tradition of riding on horseback during Trooping the Color. This adjustment was made in consideration of King Charles III's ongoing cancer treatment, a modification publicly understood and respected in light of his health circumstances. His presence in the carriage maintained his central role in the ceremony while accommodating his medical needs. A significant theme highlighted by the event was the royal family's strategic effort to present the next generation, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, as the future of the British monarchy. This emphasis on continuity and succession was evident in the visible roles assigned to the children. Notably, Prince George and Princess Charlotte were given more prominent positions during various segments of the celebrations, underscoring their increasing visibility and importance within the royal structure as future figures of the institution. Their presence served to reinforce the monarchy's long-term stability and lineage. Conspicuously absent from the 2025 Trooping the Color Parade were Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and their children. Their non-attendance was widely noted by the public and media, occurring amid ongoing reports of family tensions. The 2025 Trooping the Color Parade functioned as a significant public spectacle, blending military tradition with modern royal family dynamics. It showcased the commitment of Prince William and Kate Middleton, alongside their children, to their royal roles. The event also highlighted the adjustments made by King Charles III due to health considerations, ensuring his participation. The visible moments involving Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, particularly Prince Louis's candid demeanor and his parents' firm yet gentle guidance, resonated with the public. Furthermore, the event underscored the continuous presentation of the younger generation as the monarchy's future, while the absence of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle underscored persisting internal family complexities.
The royal future is looking a bit frosty for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children, at least where official titles and duties are concerned. According to royal insiders, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet will have no formal roles in the monarchy once Prince William becomes king. And yes, the tea is piping hot as Prince William prepares for his eventual ascension to the throne. Insiders say he's not exactly planning on rolling out the red carpet for his estranged brother's little ones. William has long been vocal about his vision for a leaner, more efficient monarchy. And apparently that vision doesn't include his niece and nephew across the pond. One royal source told the Times of London that William's mindset has completely shifted, where he was once consumed by the family drama, especially after the release of Harry's memoir Spare. Now, he's just over it. What has struck me the most recently is that he just doesn't mention it at all, the insider dished. It used to be that the family stuff was taking up a lot of space in his head. It was a very close relationship, and he was very upset. But he's not letting it get to him at all anymore. It is a change. It's sad, but it's a much healthier space for him to be at. The emotional door may be closed, locked, and bolted, especially when it comes to reintegrating Harry and Meghan's family into the royal fold. Harry has reportedly been keen on preserving his children's royal titles, at least in name. Harry, now based in sunny California with Meghan and their 2 kids, has expressed his desire for Archie and Lilibet to have the option, someday, to return to royal life if they choose. But from the looks of it, that bridge may have already been burned, or, at the very least, quietly dismantled. Many royal watchers say this divide has been a long time coming. Ever since Harry and Meghan stepped back from their royal duties in 2020, tensions have simmered and occasionally boiled over between Harry and Meghan and the rest of the royals. From Oprah interviews to Netflix docuseries and Spare, the couple hasn't exactly held back, and the firm has responded with what might be described as strategic silence. While King Charles has at times taken a somewhat softer approach toward his younger son, Prince William is reportedly drawing firmer lines. And it's not just Harry and Meghan he's distancing himself from. William is also said to view Prince Andrew, yes, that Prince Andrew, as a liability who shouldn't have any place in the monarchy's public-facing future. William sees Andrew as a risk to the institution, one source said. And with good reason, the scandal surrounding Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein continues to cast a long shadow, despite his official step down from royal duties. It's all part of William's broader plan for a streamlined monarchy, one that emphasizes impact, philanthropy, collaboration, as he put it during a 2023 visit to South Africa. "I'm trying to do it differently, and I'm trying to do it for my generation," he said at the time. So it's more about helping people. I'm also going to throw empathy in there as well because I really care about what I do. But empathy aside, there doesn't seem to be much wiggle room for Harry and Meghan in this new royal model. After years of drama, many royal fans have grown weary of the back and forth between the royals and Harry and Meghan. Some have even gone as far as to say that Harry and Meghan should be stripped of their titles altogether. While that's not currently on the table, and frankly would be a royal nightmare of its own, it speaks to the growing divide between the couple and the institution they left behind. And while some experts believe William may eventually have to revisit the idea of including more family members in royal duties, especially with a thinner roster, it seems unlikely that Archie and Lilibet will be the ones filling those gaps. For now, Harry and Meghan's children remain royals by name, but not by function. They've got their titles, sure, but when it comes to tiaras, walkabouts, and balcony waves, don't count on it. It's clear that Prince William is focused on the future, and it's a version of the monarchy that looks a lot different than the one he grew up in. fewer working royals, more philanthropic impact, and apparently no room for California-based cousins. So while Archie and Lilibet may still hold their HRH titles on paper, when it comes to life inside the royal bubble, they're likely to remain firmly on the outside looking in. Prince William to take away Meghan Markle's royal title after he becomes king. Prince William is ready to bring the royal hammer down. And guess who's in the crosshairs? Meghan Markle. Word on the street is that once William becomes king, he plans to strip both Meghan and Prince Harry of their HRH titles. And let's just say, the man isn't exactly hiding his fury. According to a royal insider spilling the royal tea to the Daily Beast, William loathes and despises Harry and Meghan with every bone in his body. Oof, that's not your garden variety sibling squabble. That's Shakespeare-level drama with a tiara twist. Apparently, William has had enough. And what's pushed him over the edge this time? Meghan and her jam. Yes, seriously. Strawberry jam. Meghan recently sent out a gift basket promoting her lifestyle brand, As Ever, and signed it with none other than her royal title, with the compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex. Cue the royal rage. That simple note has stirred up a storm in the palace, with insiders claiming that she's violating the agreement made with the late Queen Elizabeth II when she and Harry ditched their senior royal duties back in 2020. While Meghan's team insists it was a personal gift and not a commercial ploy, others are calling total rubbish on that excuse. One former courtier even called it out, saying the agreement was crystal clear. No HRH usage. Period. They claim that the statement from Buckingham Palace at the time laid it out in black and white. Harry and Meghan could keep their titles, but they weren't allowed to use them, even casually. But clearly Meghan didn't get that memo. Or she's decided it's a suggestion, not a rule. Meghan is using her status to boost her brand. Prince William is reportedly fuming because Meghan's use of the HRH title is being seen as her flaunting royal status to boost her brand, which includes, you guessed it, the viral $28 jam that sparked this whole chaos. It may seem like a small thing to us commoners, but in the royal world, it's basically a declaration of war. And William, who's already said to be disgusted by what he sees as Harry and Meghan's betrayal, has no intention of letting it slide when he takes the throne. According to a source close to William, Charles might be happy to put up with this, but William won't. In fact, they claim that Meghan's brazen use of the HRH title is proof that King Charles has lost control, and that Meghan knows it. She knows he won't do anything, the insider said. There is no way King William will stand for this. The titles will simply be removed when he is king. A way will be found. And you know what? If William's as fired up as they say, we believe it. To be fair, Meghan's team is adamant that she hasn't broken any rules. They maintain that the note was just a friendly tag on a gift for podcast host Jamie Kern-Lima, who had just interviewed Meghan for her show. But critics argue that even a personal gift promoting a product, especially one tied to her official brand, is still commercial, and that means the HRH title should have stayed far, far away. Harry and Meghan leaving was where all the drama started. This might all seem a bit petty, but it's really just the latest chapter in the royal family's never-ending feud. Let's not forget that Harry and Meghan's departure from royal life in 2020 was already steeped in drama. After moving to California, the couple gave that Oprah interview, dropped a Netflix documentary, and released Harry's tell-all memoir, Spare, all while carefully crafting their new life away from the crown. And yet, even as they've built their brand on being outside the royal fold, it seems they just can't quite let go of the titles. It's the royal paradox. They don't want the institution, but they definitely want the shine. And Meghan's brand is booming with it. Her Netflix series, With Love, Meghan, has already been renewed for a second season, and her lifestyle line, As Ever, has seen jam, tea, cookie mix, and edible flower sprinkles fly off the shelves. So yes, the branding works, but it's that success, especially with the HRH tag attached, that's now got William ready to go blow for blow. Because while King Charles may be taking a softer stance, William, the future king, is reportedly done playing nice. If the titles aren't legally revoked before then, the moment he inherits the crown, Meghan and Harry may finally be stripped of the last remaining threads tying them to the royal institution.